announcer, so when she walks on stage, everyone please give her a round of applause. Ruth, would you like to join us?
I'm pretty sure I could just shout and you can hear me. How are you all?
Good.
Good, yeah. Moved to Texas, no reason. There's a reason in here, isn't it? Start running about, and I'm going to get you all up in your feet at one point as well. You don't mind? No, you won't. You won't. Normally what I do, I don't know if any of you have ever looked at my panels online. And you close the door, you close the door. Normally what I do is, at the hotel I'm at the night before, I usually steal some hotel toiletries to give away. Unfortunately, the hotel I was at only had one little bottle. It was all a shampoo and conditioner mix, and I had to use it. So I've got no stolen giveaways, but I did buy some chocolate at the airport just in case. I must have known that was going to happen. So I do have some British dairy milk. For anybody that's brave enough to ask a question, you get a sweetie. You call it candy, don't you? Candy. I call them sweeties. So somebody has to get up and ask me a question. Who's brave?
Go, David.
Hi.
Hello.
You've got to say, okay, what's your name, where are you from, and what do you want?
Well, I'm David. I'm from Park, Texas, and as far as what I want, how do you mean by that?
Oh, young man. You getting a sweetie already? Break my ankle as I come off the stage. Thank you. Do you have a question about that?
Can you do me a big favor and just say sweetie one more time? I just like hearing it.
Sweetie.
Fairness.
Haggis.
That's it.
Oh, that was all. Hello. Hello. What's your name?
Oh. He doesn't want to say that.
You're a natural. You have them all in the palm of your hand there, without saying a word. Just got a Batman t-shirt on. It's amazing. Nice to see you. Nobody else is brave enough to ask me a question. Go on, go for it. Yeah, sweetie.
Hi, my name is Dora. I would just want to know, how is it like starring in Supernatural? Like, how do you feel about it? Just like in general?
It's awful.
Especially your son, right?
It's really tedious. It's
Hi.
the worst. It's the worst job. in the
Hi,
world.
Fergus.
Fergus?
Get a cup of tea and sit down. It's the best thing that's happened to me. It's amazing, and it's my first American TV show, and I'm fully aware that it's really spoiled me for any other job. You know, we hear from other people, other friends who are actors on sets, and the supernatural fandom, supernatural family, and it comes from Jared and Jensen. There's really nothing else like it. I mean, I think Star Trek's the closest, but not even the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So I'm the luckiest Scottish actress that emigrated to America that booked a show that films in Canada. I'm the luckiest one of those. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you all doing?
Good.
Like your makeup. What's your name?
Kenya.
Kenya, what a beautiful name. I like it. Did you do your makeup or did somebody do it for you? You did a good job. So cute. So cute. You having fun? Have any of you been to Omnicon before?
Yeah.
Well, you all have. Welcome back. No, you haven't. It's your first time. How's it going?
Good. I knew she wanted to come.
So you have to be brave then. Get up and ask a question after this gentleman. You should come. Hi.
Hi, my name is Pedro.
Pedro, where are you from?
Mission, Texas.
Oh, cool.
I'm just wondering, I know if this is spoilers or anything, but can we expect anything from season 12?
Yeah, I'll tell you everything. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you, nice to meet you. Yeah, so I just was at Omnicon, San Diego last weekend, the boys, and I lost my passport.
Oh.
And I had to be in Vancouver on set. My pickup was 5 a.m. on Monday morning. I don't know if you know what that does to a girl's heart. Like I thought, I'm going to be fired. If I can't film on Monday, I'm going to be axed from the show. And the airline had my passport the whole time, but it just took them 2 days to tell me. So they called me on Sunday night at 6 o'clock and said, "We're so sorry you missed your flight with us, but we have your passport." So the biggest spoiler of season 12 was nearly that Rowena wasn't in it because she didn't make it to her first day's filming. But no, so luckily I got on a later plane and got to film my first day of season 12. What we were allowed to say, what we were talking about at the panel was Mary, you know, the mum, played so wonderfully by Sam, who's such a brilliant woman, and really like her kick-ass storyline. I don't know if you've read those spoilers, but it's really interesting what they've. I feel like they've listened to the fans a little bit with the whole female power thing. We'll see. You can make up your own minds. And so I don't know if Rowena I don't know if they have a mother-to-mother conversation. I would love that. That's not a spoiler. That's just something I would like to happen, just because I like Sam so much. But one thing they did mention was this season is going to be much more about family. Last season was, you know, they hadn't had a big bad for a long time, and they did the big bad with the darkness, played by Emily. And so this season they're going much more back to family. And so that would, for me, I think that means maybe Gavin. I don't have a story, like I don't have a script that says, but the fact that they mentioned it, you know, the CW mentioned that means that might happen. I don't know if Rowena's ready yet to be a glamorous granny. I'm not sure how she'll take that, if that's what happens. So that's not a spoiler, that's kind of what the CW had given, you know, they give us parameters to talk about, and I'm sitting there the whole time, trying not to swear. Nervous, I was going to say something else, very nervous that I would put my foot in it and say something I wasn't. That's always my fear with spoilers, is that I'll act, and I did it with Osric at one point, I'll have to be honest. I was at a convention, I can't remember where it was, and Osric had borrowed a camera, 360-degree camera. He had a 360-degree camera that he had borrowed from the Supernatural set, but it was a secret that Osric was appearing. Do you remember when he appeared? So I said something in the middle of the panel like, "Oh, you borrowed that from the Supernatural set," and he just went on to the next thing, and I was like, didn't answer that question, because he's not supposed to have been honest. So I'm always really scared of spoilers, but I do know that the whole thing about family, maybe Gavin, is something that might happen for me. So that answers that question for sure. Who's next? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm so short. That's taller than the average person. And everyone, you're like me, you're in the petite club. Let's break the stand.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
You can sing a song now.
Hello.
What's your name? Where are you from? What do you
Hi,
want?
my name is Maria Flores. I'm from Mission, Texas. And, well, I'm a big fan of Rowena, and I wanted to ask, well, first of all, I find Rowena very empowering and strong character, and I just wanted to know what's your inspiration for the character? What makes you bring all that strength and empowerment, especially to women? So that's my question to you.
Thank you. Great question. You're just 16.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It takes a bit of balls to get out there. The thing that I love about Rowena is that she doesn't apologise. I think as British people, maybe, terribly sorry. I think as women, it's natural. Sorry, excuse me, sorry. And I love that Rowena doesn't say sorry. sometimes, she'll kill me for saying this, my mum was a teacher. She essentially like ran the biggest high school in our region in Scotland. And wasn't the saying goes like she doesn't miss you and hit the wall. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? That's a Scottish saying, you know. So sometimes, if I think about me saying something to Fergus, sometimes I just think I just get an image of my mum like on a bad day. Do you know what I mean? I think I tap into that slightly. Other than that, it's the way she's written is so fun. And I know my grandma was a really strong woman as well. She was the only woman in the Scottish Football Association. I do have some strong female, role models. But really, I think it's written that way, and I'm not. Excuse me, where are you going? You're coming back, right? You better be. I know where
Bring
you're going.
Rowena in.
Cast a
Is
spell.
this something I said? Oh, I'm sad now. What was I saying? I was saying about how it's the way it's written.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's a real. I'm not outwardly as pushy as Rowena. I mean, I have my own determination for sure, but it's such fun to be given that. Like, so you got to just relish it, right? You know what I mean? It's like I enjoy it so much. I really enjoy it because I'm not that tough and harsh myself, and it's such fun. That's the fun of acting, right? You get paid to be a bitch sometimes. You get total permission. And I think I always say this, that the one thing that I wish I could learn from Rowena, she said there's a lot wrong with Rowena, and I don't think she's a feminist icon or anything, you know, she'd kill anyone. It's not about girl power, it's about Rowena power. But I do think that, that lack of apology, and not to not say sorry when you've done something wrong, but so often people say sorry to get out of things, or as an excuse rather than they're actually sorry. So I love that she doesn't. There was one time I kind of said it in a scene, I kind of improvised it and it didn't feel right. So I took the word back, and Rowena's never said sorry in 18 episodes. I hope she doesn't for another 18. Or if she does, that it really means something. So anyway. Yeah. Come on, somebody else, Gal. Come on, I know you want to. Oh wow, hello. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Katia Marquez, and I'm from Hidalgo, Texas.
You look amazing.
You've done voice acting in the past before, and you've done regular acting too. My question is, which do you prefer, voice acting or just acting?
Okay. It's a very good question. Who did your costume?
My dad.
Oh, I see another guy. Oh, you look amazing. Thank you so much for being brave enough to ask a question. So, what do I enjoy the most? The thing I love about voiceover, like I did when I did Merida not recently, like a year ago in a video game. It took about 3 hours. It's the one, the Disney Infinity with.
Brave?
It was Disney Infinity. It's like they have like Maleficent. They have Merida from Brave. They had all these characters, and so my afternoon I went in and I stood, and the really fun thing about voiceovers is you're just in a wee studio in Burbank, and you can kick off your shoes and stand barefoot and be like, I am Merida! You know what I mean? You can be 16, and there's a lot. I don't find. I think there's a lot of skill in voiceover. I don't think I'm the most technically adept person. To me, it's the biggest acting test because the microphone is like a lie detector. If you're not completely in what you're saying, if you go yay, and if you don't really go yay, like the difference, you can't get away with anything that's not right on. So it's really challenging. People think it's easier. It's not. That was perfect. Is it? That was on voice. You believed right. 10 out of 10. So it's not easier, but it's its own thing. And then you're on set, and it's the stuff that goes on, the technical stuff, the hair, the makeup. There's so much going on. It's a real challenge to focus in the moment, because there's 25 people going about you, and all of a sudden, and go. You know, oh, you know, and it's a real challenge in a completely different way. And then you're on stage, and you have maybe, yeah, get this. And then on stage, you maybe have 4 weeks rehearsal to play, and then all of a sudden you've got to go and deliver in 2 hours without stopping. So they're all so different. So I honestly don't know what's my favourite. They're just so different and amazing. And my job is the hardest, not the hardest, it's one of the hardest jobs to get into. It's so competitive to get the jobs. But when you do have a job and it's good, it's the best thing in the world. It's like crack. If I knew what crack felt like. Or it's like chocolate and champagne at the same time. With Jared giving you a fruit rub. You got a sweetie, didn't you? You got one. Nobody else wants one, nobody else is going to ask me a question. Come on, you know you want to. Thank you.
Name's Rudy, Alamo, Texas.
I met you earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, of course. What I want though is a free pass to the Salute to Supernatural convention. The question is, are you gonna go join them in the Salute to Supernatural conventions?
Where's that?
That's the mainstream that they usually do. It's all of them where they're on a group, like 10 or 15 of them.
Like, do you mean the creation one? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, the creation one.
Yeah. I think I've done 15 in a year.
Oh, you did?
I think so. I feel like I've been on a lot of flights around America this last year. I was saying this to Rob and Rich at San Diego Omnicon there. They were, I don't know if you saw it online, they're so funny and fair of them. And I only met them 1 year ago. You know, I started kind of halfway through season 10. Really, I was in season 11 and now I'm just starting season 12. So everything's happened in the last 2 years. The conventions, it took maybe 9 months before Rowena was on air and I got my first booking. And, you know, so I've been doing the conventions maybe for 14 months altogether. And I think I've done about 17, something like that. And it's amazing. I didn't know this existed before, and it's completely changed my life. If you'd said to me, like San Diego Comic-Con, we were in front of 6,000 people live. If I hadn't done the creation ones, if I hadn't done things like this, there's just no way. There's just no way I'm not going to get stage. Scared to say anything. And I was still quite scared, but the experience of doing all these is not something. If you'd said to me 5 years ago, they would have put a microphone in your hand and put you in front of a room full of people and you'll be fine, I would have been like, no, that's another actress. It's not me. But the Supernatural fandom is so supportive. It really, really is. It kind of allows you, it kind of allows you to be yourself. Everyone's different at these conventions. I don't know if you've gone to the Supernatural ones. Osric couldn't be more different from Kim. Couldn't be more different, from me. It's amazing, and just the fandom just supports you whatever you do, and whatever you bring. So it's really because of the fans that I have the confidence now to go on the breakfast show in New Zealand. I was in breakfast telly in New Zealand because of you guys. It's nuts. Can't believe it. And amazing things have happened, and I'm super grateful for this. When I booked the show, I didn't know any of this existed, and I know I'm really lucky to be in this genre where, because I'm from a theatre background, where you can connect with the fans and relate to the fans and be involved. So yeah, it is, as I say, it's the best thing that's happened to me. Apart from when there's nobody in the queue to ask a question, and that's the worst thing. You're next. Somebody else ask me. Or I'm going to come around and ask you questions. Yes, there's a queue. No, just leaving. There's a queue. Hi.
My name's Brittany. I'm from Progresso, Texas. I was wondering, out of everything you've done in your career, what's been your favorite role?
definitely get sweetie for that one. Okay, so thank you very much. Can I have this one? Thank you. Rowena is really fun. It's a bit like when you do a part, there's usually something you love. Where did you go? There's usually something you love. And I've been really lucky. I was never an actress that was like, I want to play this part and this part. I've always been really pleasantly surprised by what I've been given. Sometimes you're really scared of parts, you're intimidated or you're challenged or you're bored. Like, you know, if you're unlucky, you get something you're like, but usually there's something you can fall in love with. And I did some work with a business coach in Scotland. And I had a bit of a time out in 2013. And he made me write down my 5 favourite roles and what they had in common. And when I wrote down the 5 different roles, they all seemed like playing Mrs. Beaver. What does Mrs. Beaver have in common with Helen of Troy? I don't know. But there was something there was something feisty about it. There was something in common, and I worked it out, and I came up with the phrase, because it was a business thing, you know, to come up with your niche. And it was brave, Scottish, regal redhead. And then the next job I booked was Supernatural, where I'm literally playing the mother of the king of hell. Like, it's amazing how the universe works like that. So Rowena is like, you know, the experience in my life of this job and the way it's rolled out. You know, I've been cast as a series regular before it didn't happen. I had a film, I've had things that I've had near big successes, and Rowena is the first role that has exceeded all my expectations. Not just with not just with what's written for her, which is such fun. I get great one-liners, but with the fans and the cast and the whole experience around it. So I mean, she'll never leave me, Rowena, now. So I don't know if she's my favourite, but she's meant the most to me probably. As well as Captain Hook. I love playing Captain Hook, and I did love being Mrs. B. You know, it's like choose your child. Just because you're your most recent child doesn't mean that you didn't love the one first before. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a part I didn't like. I'm trying to think. I know a part I found really difficult. But it's not fair not to like someone just because you find it difficult. I found Grusha difficult in the Caucasian chalk circle, but that she's notoriously difficult. You get a seat before you even ask a question, just for standing up. You're going to get 2 for queuing. Hi, what's your name? Where are you from? What would you like to ask?
My name's Jerry, and I'm from Weslico. First of all, thank you for coming down to McCann to visit us.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. It took me 3 airplanes yesterday, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it.
Thank you. My question is, for the role of Rowena, did you personally pursue it? Were you aware of it, or did your agent confront you with it?
Okay.
And when you went to audition for it, how was it, and what was your experience going through it?
Okay, this might take a minute. So, yeah, I'm going to give you your sweetie while you're waiting because you might get hungry. Get 2, as I said, I promise. So my friend Henrietta, who's an actress, sent me this breakdown, and it said, you know, brave, mysterious woman, possibly with a Scottish accent, and she said, honey, I think you should get seen for this. And I hadn't had a TV audition in America for 2 years. I had a really tough year in 2013. I'd even gone back to Scotland for a while. Things had been really tough. I'd always worked, like whether it was doing a voiceover or a play, or I've always had a dogged thing about working, but I was not getting opportunities for the kind of work I really wanted to do. So it was very, very frustrating. And I was at the age, I was Googling things online, what should I do with my life? You know, like really like, you know, I feel like I've got something to offer and I'm not getting the chance. So anyway, this breakdown came in, and I emailed my ex-agent, and I said, could I really, and I didn't bother her. I wasn't the kind of person that, you know, mindered at her. Is that a Scottish word? Mindered. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't always on at her key. I really very rarely asked her anything. So I said, please could you push for me to get seen for this? When do you ever see I character in your age range that's maybe needs a Scottish accent. I mean, it's really rare in LA. And even just the fact it was strong and mysterious, and I thought, these kind of things that I could do. And so she wrote back, I submitted you already. And I was like, I waited half an hour. I know it's terrible, isn't it? It's a bad attitude. And so I emailed her half an hour later and I was like, and do you think they'll see me? And she was like, you might have to understand it's more about being a star name than being right for the role. So I phoned my friend who's an actress in Canada, and she gave me her agent's in Canada's information. I emailed this agent in Canada and said, I really think I should be seen for this role. Is there, I'm interested in Canada anyway, and blah blah blah. She sent me the sites in about a minute and a half. She sent me the scenes, and she said they've already had a casting up in Canada. Let me know how you get on. She was so cool. She just was trying to be helpful to an actor that needed help. And so I had the sides. So I read the sides all weekend. I cancelled all my plans. I watched 14 episodes of the show back to back, and a casting came through. The casting office in LA, UDK, Robert Ulrich casts Glee and all these shows. His wife is an actress, so he is the kind of casting director who does still call actresses he doesn't know in to read sometimes. And he'd seen my resume and how right I was for the role. So I did get casting probably through my LA agent. It's never been clear really how it happened. But then when I went in the room, I started reading and Robert was like, looking for a post-it. Going, You're Ruth, right? You're Ruth. You see him trying to put a post-it onto my CV, and the next day I was in front of, now I know it was Jeremy Carver, Bob Singer, Eugenia Lee. Now I know who they were. I didn't know who they were. Then I was in front of all the producers on the lot at Warner Brothers, and I had network approval by the afternoon, and that was it. Because, it was so right, and I just needed the chance to nail it, and it was booked for one episode, pinned for two, and I'm now the longest running woman on the show. Wow. So it's like one of those, for now, it's one of those happy endings for now. So the actual audition itself was easy because the material was so good. And I'll finish this boring story in a second. Answer your question. When I read the sides, I turned to the back. Like you turn to the back of a book, and the last line, excuse my bad language for everybody under 18. And the last line was the line I kind of said in an episode. It was like, now do you understand why it breaks my heart to see what colossal pussy you've become? We weren't allowed to say that, so I ad-libbed numbnut during the episode, but when I read that line, I was like, oh, I know who this woman is. It was such, what a brilliant piece of writing, and I think it was Bob Bernans wrote it, who's now my good friend. He's one of the main writers now. So yeah, it's just one of those magical jobs. And thank you. Hi.
Hello. My name is Shannon, and I would like to give you a present.
Oh.
Not really a question, but
Oh.
it's a tiny Rowena.
Oh, thank you so much. It is incredibly. That's so cute. Thank you so much. It's very kind. You may have 2 hugs.
Oh.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You're so welcome. Okay. Another victim has to approach the stand now. Come on, you know you want to. I knew you were shifting in your seat.
My name's Roberta. I'm from Western, and I have actually 2 things. One, if you had to choose a favorite castmate, who would it be and why? And 2, could you say happy birthday to my daughter?
It's your birthday?
On Sunday.
Does that make you're a Leo as well? You're a Leo?
Gonna be 19.
You're 19. When's it legal to drink? If you were in Scotland, you'd be drunk by now. Okay, so who's my favorite cast member? I'm gonna, just so you know, I can see you or you're at the back, and it doesn't mean to say you're not going to ask a question just because you're sitting beside at the back. I'll remember if you don't, you have to ask a question. And you, don't look innocent. dance one together. How are
Nice.
you? So who's my, if I had to pick a castmate, it depends what you want them for, right? If I was on a desert island, right, I'd probably choose Jared because he's tall and can reach the coconuts. If I needed to rob a bank, I would choose Misha because he is a con artist. He just called me a con artist the other day. He was like, oh, look at Ruth, because we're up to something at the moment. We're playing a bit of a prank. And he's like, oh, we're on a text chain, all of us. And he's like, oh, little sweet diminutive Ruth, turning into the biggest con artist. And I'm like, yeah, I'm learning from the best, Misha. So naughty. If I just had to pick one to look at, it would be Jensen. We're all Dean girls. And if I just wanted to have something to take the piss out of, I would choose Mark. So, I can't choose, I mean, I don't have a favourite. They're all different, special in their own way.
What about Lucifer?
Lucifer, I mean, I loved working with Mark Pellegrino. Yeah, there's a new Lucifer in town. Do you know who he is? Do you know Rick Springfield? Jesse's girl. Yeah, I had to try really hard not to sing that on set. You know, it's just in your head, and you're like, it's not cool, he's in the makeup trailer, it's cool, it's not cool. So he came over and sat beside me, and I was like, I totally loved you and Ricky in the Flash. He was so good. Did you see that movie? I bawled my eyes out of that film. And he was so sweet and sensitive, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with Lucifer, because it's kind of like the opposite kind of character to the character he played in Ricky in the Flash. And it's also, he's one of Rob Benedict's favourite songs from when he was a teenager. And I said to Rick, you know, he said something about one of his band members lives in Nashville. You know, you can live anywhere as a musician because you tour, you can meet up. So he was thinking of living in Nashville, but his band live in Nashville. And I said, oh, there's a convention in Nashville. You could come along and do the Saturday night concert. And I was like, you could sing a duet with God. Don't know if he bought it, but I was trying to do my bit for Rob so that he would sing Jesse's Girl with Rob at convention. I don't think that plan's going to happen. But that's amazing. Like, it's super fun when you get new guest stars to play with. I was actually thinking of phoning a guest star. I don't know if you'd like to ask Brianna or Kim a question. I'm thinking I could FaceTime them. Would you want that?
Yeah.
If one of you come up with a question, are they not? Oh, there's Darren. If one of you come up with a question, I'll phone and ask Brianna. Yeah, Sheriff Jody. Oh, she pinged up. There we go. There we go. I hope she answers. Hold on. This is not planned. Brianna. I hope she answers cursing and swearing. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm trying to video call her. Maybe I don't know who the reception is. Don't swear. That's the first thing I'll say to her. If she answers, she might not. The last time I did this, I did it a while ago, and Kim answered the phone instantly. And
She freaked out.
oh, don't swear. Don't swear. Don't swear. Don't swear. Okay, don't swear. She just said we're lucky she has clothes on. Okay, I just put it out to everyone if they'd like to ask you a question. I would FaceTime you and ask you a question. So you have to say who you are and what question you would like to ask.
Okay, hi, I'm Kyla.
Hi.
Do I ask you a question?
I know you were.
Do I ask you a question or her?
You have to ask her a question.
Okay, when during the scene when you first met Dean Winchester when he was eating the donut, is it true that he tried to stuff it all in his mouth to make you laugh because you didn't want to break?
It's true. And I didn't know Jensen and Jared. I didn't know their propensity for antics. And so I was just doing my job, trying as hard as I can to not screw up.
up to? You busy?
No, I literally was just cleaning up, cat vomit off my face. Hashtag real life.
Thanks for that. Okay. I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Love you too. Bye. I know. What did you think of that? She's so funny. The last time, somebody from the audience was saying, call Kim, right? So I called Kim Rhodes, and when I FaceTimed her, she answered instantly, and she was like, oh my God, and there was like 1,000 people, and she was in the hospital. There was a girl that she'd helped fundraise using the SPN family. There's a girl she'd helped fundraise to pay for her medical treatment, and she happened to be at the hospital with the girl who'd had the treatment, who was in recovery. So this little girl's sitting in her hospital bed, and I'm FaceTiming Kim, and there's 1,000 people like, wow! All part of the SPN family, so it was amazing. But there will be one day where I'll call somebody and they will be naked in the bath. And then we'll all be sorry. Does anybody else have a question? You're all shy. You have a question, you're too shy to get up, aren't you? Okay. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
Victoria from Mission.
Scared of your own voice.
I was gonna ask, what best thing has happened on set?
Best thing that happened on set is when Misha Collins bit my earlobe. Now you want to know.
Was he flirting?
You get sweetie for asking the question even if you didn't stand up. Will you stand up next time? Best thing that's happened on set. I tell you the first really good thing that happened on set. It's just like, no, you've said enough. I know, this might help. Chocolate. Chocolate. You should not give your children sugar like this. Sweetie. Don't take sweeties from strangers, but take it from me. And Mark Shepherd calls me the baby whisperer, because whenever I hold Isabella, she stops crying. That's just because it's my face compared to yours. I do like joking, just not enough to eat one. No, and one of the best things that ever happened in Supernatural was at the very, very beginning. The Girls episode, which is my first speaking episode, and I was nervous, and there was a bar scene where I had to walk in. It's the one where I can say fabulous and live. So there was 15 or 20 crew in this one room. I had to hit 3 different marks. There were 2 different actors, the executive producer of the show, directing the show. Hi. And a lot going on, and I had made some quite strong, bold choices, but I hadn't really done it in front of anyone. And it was the first time all the crew were there, and I was speaking out loud. I'll bring it down for you in a second, Dora. And I said, that bit where I go, I don't know about you, but killing demons always makes me hungry. And I was like, oh, it's really embarrassing. I just thought I'll really go for it. And always makes me hungry. And this bunch of like Canadian big men that like do all the lifting and do you know what I mean? Like the grips and they've seen it all for 11 years. And they all just laughed. And I thought, oh God, it's going to be all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not totally missing the mark, or, and it was just, and to me, honestly, that's what I look for on set. If the script supervisor or somebody just, you go, oh gosh, because very often in television it's filming too fast. The directors are not there to really direct your acting, they just expect you to be able to do it, and it's a very technical thing, so it's a really special moment on set when the crew laugh. I'm so cheap. I'll do anything for a cheap laugh. On set. Did she take your chocolate off you? I know. Oh, I see. No. Yeah, best not to choke on peanuts. That's also something you shouldn't do. Okay, I'm going to move this down because this brave young lady here. Watch your forehead. Hello.
Hello. What's the funniest thing that has happened on set?
Okay, apart from me. Funniest thing that's happened on set. It's so rude, I don't think I can tell you. I can sort of talk around it, I think. Thank you very much for asking the question. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Did I get a hug? Thank you. At the end of last season, it was like the two J's, the two M's, and the two R's. J&J, Mark and Misha, and obviously Rob was in a lot as God, and we had Lisa Berry a lot, and we had Emily Swallow. It was an amazing bunch of people. So in Supernatural, very often there's two of you in a scene, or maybe 3 of you in a scene, and that's a lot, you know, to get all the angles. When there's like 6 of you in a scene, and 5 of them are Jared, Jensen, Mark, Misha, and Rob, it's not going to be easy. So we had this whole day where, for example, Rob was sitting in the background. If you've got 6 actors acting, 6 people saying something in 6 responses, it's so many angles to cover it. Do you know what I mean? So many sets, it's so technical, and I think Rob didn't have a line, but the whole discussion all day became about how, what his intention was in the scene, sitting in the background not saying anything. So the next day, it was his turn, he had to speak a lot, and he was up on the podium. You know the bit, I don't know if you remember if you saw the episode, I think it was 22, he was up, God is up there, and we'd always been at a convention together, and so I've got a bunch of giggling schoolboys behind me. I've got Jensen and Jared and Mark and Misha, and I'm trying to like be a good actress, I'm trying to be like respectful, and Jared was being very rude. I can't even show you what he was doing. And Jensen was playing along, and what broke everyone was that Misha went like this. And the cameras were close up with Rob, and Rob's like, oh come on man, like, it's really hard to act back when people are laughing in your face. It's really hard. So that's some of the funniest things are just people just being really stupid. Grown men being really infantile for extended periods of time. The bit in the finale when I'm explaining to Dean how he's going to be the bomb, and you put your fingers together and boom. To me it's really serious.